Hey y'all, it's Ashley at Bookish Room and I'm back with another video. Today I'm here to film my Friday reads video slash weekend reads since it's kind of late in the evening. So this is kind of different. You guys can actually see my bookshelves in that area right there. But I'm actually sitting on the floor in front of my porch just because it felt really serene and peaceful, and this is where I wanted to sit. And I've never shot myself kind of sitting on the floor before with my head kind of just bobbling. So I'm gonna go ahead and jump in and just let you guys know really quick what I have been reading and what I plan on reading this weekend. So this week I've worked 4 11-hour shifts. I worked from 8:30 to about 8 o'clock every night. So we're talking, you know, take an hour out for lunch. But I've done that pretty much 4 times this week, so I did not get as much reading during the week as I thought I would. So hopefully during this weekend I'll get the opportunity to kind of slow down, ease up, and get some reading done. I am still reading. For those of you who have been following along with me know that I've been reading Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse, but I haven't put that down. It's just that I've had to read something for work that will come before that, and that is The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. So if you follow this channel in the past, you know that I actually read this book about November of last year and really enjoyed it. It was definitely a 5-star read for me when I first read it, and I do, as I'm rereading it, I'm remembering why I loved it so much. And I've read about 166 pages so far, and it's a little over 300. I'm hoping to finish it tonight because I can't take this into tomorrow. I really need to finish it today. I won't be reading all night because I have to go to work tomorrow, but hopefully I can get a significant portion of it read. If you didn't know, The Sun is Also Stars about 2 characters, Natasha and Daniel, who have the opportunity to fall in love over the course of a day, but it's so much more than that. And I feel like Nicola Yoon does it so well that you don't realize that they're falling in love, you know, in the course of a day, because it deals with a lot of different topics such as immigration, family expectations, having parents who are immigrants. It's a whole bunch. Daniel, excuse me, is American. His parents are from Korea, so they are, I think, are they first generation immigrants? I think, yeah, they did come from South Korea. And then Natasha's family is from Jamaica, and she is facing deportation with her family. So there's a lot more issues besides contemporary romance. So if you haven't read this one, I definitely would give it a try. The next one that I have here is Shuri, and this is a new comic series that they decided to start since Shuri got some really great, as a character, feedback with the adaptation of Black Panther. A lot of people just enjoyed her as a character. So she's actually getting her own series, and it's been written by Nydia Okorafor, which is great because I like her writing. I'm really interested in seeing where this goes. I do not like the artwork, y'all. The artwork to me feels a bit amateurish, and that's just me. I mean, I could be being, you know, super critical about it because I read a lot of comics. I value comics for the artwork. I read a lot of picture books because I value them for the artwork. So I could be just being really critical. So I'm hoping that the story in this one is going to be excellent. Next one that I'll be picking up is going to be Dumplin' by Julie Murphy. And I picked this up, or I decided to check it out from the library, because it is a movie adaptation that I recently watched, and I fairly enjoyed it, and I learned that there's a lot of differences between the book and the movie. So I wanted to read the book to kind of see what the differences were. I know a lot of people have heard of this book. It's about Willow Dean Dixon, and her mother is a pageant coordinator, and she decides to enter the pageant. She learns a lot about herself, her family, and I love that this is a representation of a plus size character, as well as representation of what it means to love yourself and to be yourself. So I'm looking forward to reading this one. If you have any recommendations of any books that have good representation of plus size characters, please leave them in the comments below. Like, that's definitely something that I'm looking more for, and I haven't really, I don't think I've done enough active searching. But if you guys have recommendations, please let me know. And the last one that's on my list is actually pretty hefty. It's not like it's super hefty. It's almost 1,000 pages long, if it's not already 1,000 pages long. I don't want to include like the index or anything. Yeah, so without the index, it's almost 1,000 pages long. And that is Grant by Ron Chernow. This is the same author who wrote the Hamilton biography, which is what the musical is based off of. I just picked this up randomly when I was at work one day. Somebody left it on the desk, and I know a lot about US presidents only because I was a history major when I was in college, and I've always just had a fascination with history itself. But there are a lot of presidents that I kind of, and a lot of people just don't, they're lesser known, so people don't really pay as much attention. I mean, of course, you know, everybody knows George Washington, Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, your more current presidents, FDR, John Kennedy, like Nixon, those who have like blown up, but then you have some who are kind of like in between that people seem to quite frequently forget. And I feel like Grant sometimes is one of those individuals, like people, I think, reference Grant when they think about the Civil War and how he defeated Robert E. Lee, but a lot of people forget that he did serve 2 terms as a US president, and he did a lot of work for the Black community in terms of making sure that the 15th Amendment was passed. He he was admired greatly by Frederick Douglass, who thought that he did a lot of things for the Black community. He was very adamant about getting rid of the Ku Klux Klan. So there's a lot of work that he did that I think is not really well known, and a lot of attributes about him that I found surprising. Some things, you know, the great and the not so great. You know, not so great being, you know, he was an alcoholic who at some point could stop drinking for months on end, and then he would go on binge periods. He got himself wrapped up in some financial things that kind of disgraced him while he was in his presidency. And then just random things about even how, I had to switch hands because this book is super heavy. Just different things about him too in his presidency, about how he, it's so sad, how he ended up with cancer, with throat cancer, and wrote his autobiography with the help of, who did he write his biography with? Mark Twain. So he wrote his biography with the assistance of Mark Twain, and it's so fascinating, and I'm not even far into it, and I don't expect to finish this month. I'm hoping to get maybe 100 pages read this weekend, and you know, I'll just keep chipping away at it and reading it as much as I can, and you know, hopefully finish it within the next 2 or 3 months, because it is a big book. But I'm thoroughly enjoying what I've read, the little minuscule bit of it that I have read. All right, y'all, so that is it. That is my Friday/weekend reads. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys plan on reading this weekend. I always love to hear that stuff. It's super fascinating to me what everybody is reading. I always get recommendations from people whenever I watch TBR videos or people's Friday weekend reads videos. I just love seeing what other people are reading. As always, if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more content from me, make sure you click the subscribe button. All of my social media links will be down in the description box, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend, and I'll be back with another video soon. Bye.